Everyone dreams of that time of true financial freedom, where you can cruise on your luxury yacht or travel anywhere in the world. But you can only get on the path to true financial freedom if you let go of money habits that prey on your finances. You may be guilty of a lot of them without knowing, so today's video is about exploring some of those common ones so you can stop them now. Let's get right into it. Spending on gymwear you don't use. Many people are sitting right at this table. While trying to motivate yourself to start working out and having a fitter lifestyle, you end up buying a lot of expensive gymwear and paying for a gym membership that you'll never use. It's even crazier when you spend on a matching set in different colors, but still never leave the house for the gym ever. Buying these items is not exactly wrong. However, what's wrong is buying them without having the proper mindset to actually get out there and use them. It's not the gym membership that will motivate you to step outside of your house. You may think that it's just a few dollars that go out every month, but if you add it up, you realize it's quite a lot. This is one way to ruin your financial freedom. The better thing to do here is to build consistency in workout and going to the gym before buying the wares. Make every dollar count. Numerous unnecessary subscriptions. We're in an area where almost everything requires an active subscription. But take a minute to check this, and you realize that a lot of these that gulp up money monthly are non-essential items. Do you really need all those subscription services on your phone, especially when you're paying for 2 different music apps or about 3 productivity apps with similar features? It feels great to unwrap something new every month, but you need to cut back on the non-essential subscriptions, so take a minute to really decide on the important ones and stick to them. Having too much tech around. There are some people who are just super in love with gadgets. We're surrounded by a lot of technology, and it's tempting to want to have it at our fingertips. But do you really need to have a laptop, an iPhone, 2 iPads, and a Google Pixel camera lens? This is already too much tech because they pretty much do the same thing. It gets worse when you're not using the gadgets to their fullest potential. You don't really need all those screens, especially when they're not adding to your efficiency. Be more considerate when making technology purchases. Check if you're using the tools you have to the best of your ability, or if it's just something new and pretty that you'd like to have around. Your answer to this will help you decide if you should really spend on a lot of tech or put that money into a worthwhile investment. Relying so much on credit cards. Ever heard the saying that cash is king? Well, it's really true. One of the habits that would ruin your financial freedom is relying so much on your credit cards. It's very tempting to have so many of these since they let you spend effortlessly on things that you wouldn't have been able to afford anyway. But that's a major cause of debt, and we see a lot of that in the United States. Credit cards are great for emergency situations, but the bad part of this is that they make you think you have more money than you actually do. So if you're going shopping, never go with your credit cards. Instead, go with just enough cash to cover your expenses. This will make you more cautious. Shopping without a grocery list. Have you ever stepped into a grocery store and ended up buying way more than you need? Yeah, it happens to the best of us. But that's only when you step in there without a plan. There will always be great deals in there that you'll be afraid of losing out on. However, to stop those impulse purchases, make sure you have a detailed shopping list that contains only what you need. If you don't stick to this list, you'll find yourself filling up your house with lots of products that you don't open up in months. Also, going in with cash helps a lot, and always step into the grocery store with a full belly. Having no budget. Even countries have a yearly budget, so why is this not a habit that we encourage in our personal financial lives? If you don't want to ruin your financial freedom, then you should get your finances under control using budgeting. You'll be able to monitor every cash that comes in and goes out. With this, you get a better understanding of your cash flow and how to manage it effectively. With a budget, you can also spend your money on important things without overspending on unnecessary luxuries. Procrastinating about investing your money. You may be one of several people who have always put off investing until you have more money, but this is a very slippery slope. You keep thinking that you'll start investing soon, but it's a never-ending cycle of procrastination. Every day comes with its special excuses of not having enough money to invest just yet. But what you don't know is that you'll never have enough money for investments. The longer you keep putting it off, the harder it will be to start investing and to get a great level of financial freedom. A person who starts investing at 20 will certainly become a millionaire faster than a person who waits till 30 to pay attention to investments. So it's always better to start the heavy lifting as early as possible. The great thing about investing is that you can start with as little as $50 per month. It's really that easy. All you have to do is put your money into buying fractional shares of some high-earning stocks or stick them in a good index fund. Not keeping track of expenses. This is more than just budgeting, but involves knowing exactly what you do with your money. This is a massive financial eye-opener, more than a lot of people know. If you were able to pinpoint exactly where your last paycheck went, you would have very important information at your disposal. This will prevent surprises where your account balance is unexpectedly low. You have no idea what happened to the money. Start by writing down how much money you have spent for the day just before going to bed each night. With this, you'll notice the trivial things you're wasting your money on, and those things you can cut off from your expenses. Not automating your savings. Every time you get paid, the first thing you should do is set aside the money that goes into your savings. A lot of people make the mistake of launching into their expenses before thinking about saving for the future. But you would realize that your needs are always increasing, and there's almost always no money left for the savings box. The best way not to ruin your ticket to financial freedom is to automate your savings. So every time you get paid, a specific amount gets deducted automatically without you even thinking about it for a second. Then you should be disciplined enough to use these automatic savings only for emergencies or investments. Trying to keep up with your friends' taste. Many people make the mistake of trying to keep up with the expensive lifestyle of their friends that earn much more than them. This will only ruin your financial freedom. You should always resist the temptation to mirror their expensive taste and lifestyle because they're actually spending within the limits of their pockets while they're straining yours. If you can't afford to spend about $100 each night on a night out with your friends, you can politely let them know. A true friend will understand and try not to ruin your finances as well. Even better, they can come up with other cool activities that are not as expensive and still give you the fun time you need with your friends. Of course, not being as successful as your friends right now doesn't mean that you won't be much later, but that can only happen when you don't spend more than your pockets. Lack of daily planning. If you don't plan for something as simple as weather before going out each day, you'll realize that you're spending so much on umbrellas every time you get up in the rain. It may look like it's just an insignificant $10, but 10 of that is $100, and that's a lot. Being unprepared will always cost you money, and that's not great for your finances. It could be you forgetting to check your account balance, and then you end up paying overdraft fees. Even unexpected expenses will bring in a lot of interest charges that you can do without. Instead of spending so much on these extra fees and interest that you could really do without, spend those extra few minutes preparing ahead and planning your finances accordingly. Paying too much taxes. Taxes could end up being the biggest expense in your life if you don't cut down on them. If you don't own lots of assets and businesses, then taxes are not exactly for you. The average person can get around this by contributing to their 401k with their employers. With this, you can reduce your taxable income. You can also open an IRA, which helps in protecting your profits and dividends from unnecessary taxation. Basically, your taxes can be much lower if you take steps to protect your money. Now you know those habits that could ruin your financial freedom, and that's a wrap. Have you ever made a terrible money decision that cost you lots? And what was it? Let us know in the comments. Did you like this video? Well, we're always posting amazing content like this, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching.